Well, a very good evening, one and all. Welcome to another exciting installment of the Studio Rats Q&A Live. This
Uh,
is number 237. My name's James Ivy.
I'm Paul Drew. Why are they still watching this guff?
I'm so glad you sell us with such high esteem.
Oh yeah, no, it's nice to have everyone, and we appreciate the appreciate everyone coming along.
We really do. It's a labour of love, and if Wednesday nights is our dust up on the interwebs. It's a lot of fun. However, tradition dictate, and I don't write this stuff. Tradition is tradition. Mr. Drew, what have y'all been up to?
That's a really good question. What have I been doing? Oh no, I did the Boss Tube Amp Expander Core video. That thing is awesome.
It really is awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. So that came
Especially
out
in the 4 cable method. It works really well.
Oh bless them, yeah. That I've been doing some. There's another video coming out, another big release coming out that everybody's already seen anyway. But I'm not allowed to release anything until the 27th.
Okay.
So that's next week sometime. Then the video, I'm shooting the video for that today. Yeah, just doing videos and that sort of stuff. What about yourself?
So it's been a busy few days. So one of the first returns, if you like, from NAM was working with a new company called Ilio, who distribute the Overloud stuff. And anyone of you who saw the channel yesterday will hopefully have seen my video of the new Overloud THU version 2.
Right.
That was very last minute, as in they sent it to me, and then I then had to go to Manchester for the weekend. So got home from Manchester lunchtime-ish on Monday to have the video then done by 5 o'clock yesterday. So that was a bit crazy.
Oh, nice one. It's nice when that happens, when you can shoot, when you get a video sort of knocked out that quick.
Yeah, so turned it around pretty quick. The track came out really well, even though many and various people think I play like Joe Satriani.
No, they didn't say that. They said you ripped off Joe Satriani. I don't think there's any you play like Joe Satriani.
Yes. Anyway, so that was the start of the week, and then more Atmos journey learning stuff, and more cheerleading this weekend, last weekend, and next weekend, and the weekend after. So yeah, it's a bit crazy in the world of Jive at the minute, but yeah, all good, all good. Very exciting.
Nice.
Lots going on. Loads more products.
Missing out on the guitar show. You're missing out on the guitar show, aren't you, next weekend?
I know.
Not weekend coming, weekend after.
I know. It's a shame, but I should be in Sheffield. I thought I might go and see our friends at what are they called? True something music. I don't know what it's called.
Right.
The shop in Sheffield. I'll go and see what they've got. See if there's any fun in there.
Nice.
Nice. However, at this point, we need to do this.
Mr. Sent of a wheelchair pillow. $20. Thanks, man. That's very generous of you. Thank you very much. He says, "Is this enough to buy each of you a drink later? We hope so. Anyway, great to see you both. Cheers, mate. Yes,
Thank you
that will definitely buy us a little drinky next time James is over or I'm over there. We will. I will definitely be spending that on nice beers. Thanks, mate.
Yes,
very kind of you.
Luncharama. What I'm also going to do is I am going to post the link in the notes. So if anybody wants to join us in the show, you don't have to. You don't have to do that. People are messaging me. Why are they doing that? Rich tone. Thank you, Al.
I don't know.
You don't have to use the link, but if you want to come in and join us and share some love about new gear day, new amp day, new hair day.
Richtown have got a nice. I think Richtown have got a nice Luke 3 in at the moment.
Ooh. Well, that's dangerous.
Yeah, nice.
Virgin have upped my credit limit as well on my credit card, which is really dangerous.
Off you go.
Right, shall we get on with it?
Yeah, but thank you, Senator Wheelchair Pillow.
Yes,
Much
thank you
much
very much indeedly.
Nab says, hi, rats and all. I have a thick Fender coily cable, 9 meters. Right? 9 meters coiled or 9 meters when it's uncoiled. And I don't perceive any loss in high frequencies. Yay. Also, should we
I'm trying to find his other one. Yeah, I can't see his other one. Hang on. No, he hasn't posted.
Yeah,
There isn't an also yet.
Yeah, there is. It's underneath there.
Yeah.
Also, like Mr. Lee, I favour the same 3 modes on the IR2 as he does, i.e. crunch, high gain, and modded. They sound very good. Cheers. Awesome. Right, let's go back to the comment before. So let's do that. Let's click on that. So what you plugged into? Are you going straight out of your guitar into an amp? In which case, I'd be quite surprised. If you're going into a pedal, that pedal could be buffered. So say you're going into a, I don't know, any sort of Boss pedal or something like that, it's all buffered. So you probably wouldn't notice any perceivable high frequency difference because it's buffered past it. So it's basically boosting that signal.
And also, I mean, not being facetious, how's the top end of your hearing?
That's true. That's very true. That's very true. Yeah.
Because I know my right ear is not shot, but it's not what it once was.
So yeah, that coily cable that I've got back there, I plug into the Axe effects, and because it constantly monitors the impedance that comes in, the Axe effects monitors and will change the impedance if you put it on auto, so you don't notice that either.
Clever.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Thomas, hi rats. What's the best way to break in speakers, and how do you know when they're broken in? I guess you don't know when they're broken in because, well, you might think, oh, is this finished? Has this finished breaking in? I think the best way of doing it is just to play something through it as much as you can and as loud as you can. Because what you want to do is to basically make the speaker do that and just move and move and move, which speaker does anyway. And then it will just loosen up, it will unstiffen. Is that a word? It is now.
Yeah, it is now.
Just loosen up the speaker.
I've never done it, but I know people who have recorded a DI into a DAW and then reamped through an amp and just left that recording loop overnight. And they've put 100-watt Marshall on almost full tilt to the point where you can't be in the room, but it doesn't matter because the DAW is playing for you.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. I think that Marshall will end up just fizzing out at some point and maybe catching fire. I wouldn't do that overnight. Not cranking up full.
Yeah, but certainly, I know people who've got that 4x12 I've got, that the one that I butchered, as you would say, sounds amazing because it has been thrashed. I think.
Yeah. It does sound good, that cab.
Doesn't look it anymore, so you say.
Horrible. It looks like it's come out of some dodgy rehearsal room out of Ipswich.
That's a studio. Yeah.
Al Lindsay, Safari. He says, "Hey up, TSR rap fans. What's the goss? All good, mate. We will
we'll get on to the goss.
Yeah, we'll get on to the goss.
We will. I promise. We will."
Keith, he says, "Happy Wednesday all. How have you seen the new colours on the Sir Andy Wood signature guitar? I think they look great. Yeah, they do. They look really great. So basically, Sir has updated the Andy Wood HH guitars.
Yeah,
one's in Lamborghini orange, and the other one's in Ferrari red. They've got carbon fiber pick guards, like proper carbon fiber pick guards, because he's a car nut, isn't he?
Yes, I think so.
They look great. They look really great as well. They do look really good. I think it just shows the 80s is definitely coming back in a big way.
At last, I might be popular again.
We're just in styling and stuff. I think it's really coming back. Scent of a Wheelchair Pillow says, "Hey rats, you two are the best part of my Wednesdays." Oh, thanks, mate. Except for today, as I'm on pharmaceutical grade heroin shoulder surgery. Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, mate, I hope your shoulder's all right. But enjoy the
He won't know, even if it's not.
I guess pharmaceutical grade heroin. Do you get the? I guess that takes the.
You get all of the pain relief benefit without the
The fuzziness.
sidetracking of being off your bonce.
Yeah. Jeff, he says, greetings from sunny Brisbane. It's 6 a.m. on a Thursday. Nice. And it's shaping up to be a beautiful day. Made so much more beautiful by Paul and Jack. Oh, thanks.
Wait, what's he after?
It's coming into their autumn, isn't it?
Yeah.
God, last, it's coming in our spring. Gary, hi guys. Hope you're well. Do you know the guitarist Luther Perkins? It seems like not many people know who he is. I don't know. Don't know
No.
who Luther Perkins is.
No.
No, don't know, mate.
I'll be Googling him later, though.
Yes, we'll have a look. Daniel, having a beautiful snowstorm here in North Carolina today. Supposed to get a couple of inches. Nice. I got Landon Bailey sent me a message the other day. They were going to get 40 centimeters. 40 centimeters of snow.
Wow. They get a lot in Yorkshire, don't they?
That Mexican guy in USA. Fellow, greetings from Indiana, USA. Greetings, Mexican guy in USA. Scott Cachopo? Cachopo. Let's go with that. Rainy day here in Seattle. Oh, mate. Moon. Absolutely. Moon?
Moon. I think he goes on to say noon.
Nice. Greg from Adventures in Gearland says, evening all, hope you're well. Anyone interested in the new Meris Enzo thing? Do you know what? I was going to feature it in the news and then I didn't because it's a synthesizer, isn't it?
I like the Meris stuff, though. I have to.
Yeah, the Meris stuff's great.
Very clever.
Yeah, it's really, really good stuff. But it's more sort of synthy.
It is quite synth heavy, but they do some good bass effects as well. Not that we talk about that ever either.
Vice Atstrucci, greetings from Nash Vegas. TN kids. I hope life is treating everyone well. And you, mate. DC, it was Summer Song homage.
It was a bit. It wasn't intentionally. I promise you, it really wasn't intentionally that track. It just kind of, yeah.
It was an earworm that then got twisted, and you thought, "Hey, I've just written this awesome guitar piece," and
then realised
we've all done it. Chris, I wasn't complaining, but it did sound like love your channel, dudes. Cheers, mate. Mr. Casardi, there he is. Look, there he is. There he is.
He's looking a little bear.
He is. Well, he's a big bear. Hello, mate. He says, hello, you beautiful rats and rat fans. Hello, mate. Hope you're well. And a gas guitar. Evening, everybody. Paul, 2 weeks ago, you recommended the Mojitone British vintage speaker. Oh, yeah. Been looking into them. Which type do you have specifically? Cheers.
The blue one.
I go and have a quick look. The thing is, it's right over here.
Yeah, 17 miles away, isn't it?
It's upside. Oh my god! It's the 50 watt, 60 watt, 8 ohm, 60 watt, 8 ohm.
There you go, 60 watt, 8 ohm.
60 watt, 8 ohm. Really good. Favorite speaker ever. That is.
There you go.
Michael MC, learning fill in the blank. Help you grow the most as a musician. I would say, what should a guitar player focus on to get better? Intonation,
and depending on the style of tunes that you play, and I suppose this is kind of linked to intonation, getting your bends in tune.
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing, but yeah, I would say you hear. I think that's the thing that makes me instantly know how good someone is, because it doesn't matter if you can play fast or whatever. That's speed is not even even important, but it's like when the notes are perfect and you can tell even when someone's just fingering the notes, and one finger might be pushing it out a little bit, pushing up the note just a little bit, the pitch up a little bit more than another finger, because it's, you haven't got your fingers balanced and stuff. I think that's one of the biggest things.
And I think for my learning, fill in the blank, helped me to grow most as a musician. Learning to listen. It sounds so pretentious and predictable, but learning to listen helped me grow as a musician more than anything else.
Yeah. Jeff says, recoiling cable. I doubt that the coiling itself changes the tone because it's shielded. I'd say that because the cable is so much longer than it seems. Yeah, what is the point? What is it with coiling cables? Let me go and get a coiling cable.
The problem is with the shielding, Jeff. While I agree, and this is going to get me in trouble, I think, because someone's going to say you're just wrong, and I'm prepared to take that one on the chin for this argument. The fact that the cable is shielded is actually not relevant in this case. The shielding is only relevant where you have two connectors and a shield, thus making it a balanced connection. At the moment, that cable is not necessarily shielded. It just has two connectors.
Yeah, one's a shield.
No, you don't. When you have a connection,
yeah.
Any electrical connection, be it power, be it signal, audio signal, has two connections. It's two wires, isn't it? Because one is wrapped around the other one.
Yeah.
It has no effect on it, as far as I know. And again, I could get myself into a lot of trouble for this. On an XLR, where you have three cables, you have a plus, you have a hot, a cold, a plus and minus, and a shield and a ground.
Yeah.
On a guitar cable, you can get interference on a guitar cable because you still have two connections. Yes, one is wrapped around the other, so it takes some of the problem away.
Oh. Okay, I will.
I'm prepared to be shot down in flames, but the reason that the balanced cables are so much better is you don't get interference across them because you have a properly grounded shield. And
because of the two connectors.
Because on an XLR you have three connectors, and on a conventional instrument jack you only have two.
I can't even get this off to see what's in there. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I don't know if it's the length or the fact it's coiled or
the girth.
Yeah, who knows?
Length or the girth.
But cheers, Jeff.
But I'm pretty sure that 4 or 5 of you are frantically tapping right now saying, no, you're just wrong.
Which he often is. Graham, evening all, evening Graham. David, what was that concert you left and knew that you had lost hearing? Aussie UFO in 1982. Jesus.
And
mine was Wasp.
That was nothing to do with the volume. That was just because it was Wasp.
It was Wasp, and we just spent. I think we were quite young, just very young, just headbanging, and I just remember sort of waking up, just not being able to move my neck and thinking something. Yeah.
I think mine was Jamiroquai. And the bass and the drums were so loud.
Who was what Jamiroquai? What version of Jamiroquai?
Stuart Zender.
Oh, nice.
I mean, don't get me wrong, phenomenal bass player, but it was so loud.
Yeah.
I remember coming away going, properly feeling sick because of the bass hitting my stomach all evening. It was a festival gig as well. I mean, it was brutally loud.
Don't see Stuart Zender doing anything now, do you? He was great.
Considering he'd been playing about 18 months when he joined Jamiroquai. He'd been playing bass for next to no time when he joined Jamiroquai.
God, wow. He's great. Billy, what's your thoughts on Celestion T1217 G12H75 speakers?
Probably 75 watt speaker, not 75 hertz speakers.
I honestly, I wouldn't, to be honest. I'm not sure I've ever tried them or knew that I tried them. I tend just to go, not really care about speakers until I find one and go, oh, that's nice.
If it's what I refer to as a GT75, which is what I think that is, the generic ones that come inside most Marshalls, they're pretty harsh. In my opinion, they're pretty harsh.
But isn't that what's in your cabinet? The crappy cabinet.
Yeah, and yet it's what's in the crappy cabinet, and they sound amazing.
They sound great. I've always liked those speakers. If that's what they are, I've always liked them. The ones that are in Marshall 4x12s. Mr. Barr, he says, I wish I was well-rounded musically as I am physically. Nice.
Good work.
I know the benefits of country music to people like Zach Wilde, Steve Morse, Andy Wood, etc., but can't get into it.
If you like, do you like trash TV, Shahar? Do you like, just putting something on and going at the TV for an hour? The thing that got me into country music was a terrible TV soap called Nashville.
Well, it wasn't. Nashville was brilliant.
I know it was brilliant. Musically, it was brilliant.
Oh, my God,
but the story was a bit predictable.
Oh, I liked it. I really liked it.
I liked it too. But the music in it was brilliant. I thought that's what got me into country music. So I think by the time we got to did it get to series 3, series 4, season 3, series 4? And it got a bit misguided and ended up just going, oh, what a shame. It's no longer just about the tunes.
I really liked it. And
I loved it. I loved it.
Brilliant.
Yeah. It was all, what was his name? JD Southall wrote a load of the tunes. Who was the music supervisor for it, who wrote a lot of the Eagles stuff.
Oh, okay. Hey, maybe start with Americana, and then and then sort of push yourself that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a massive country. I'm not a massive country fan. I don't like that sort of bro country. But
I don't even know what that means.
Well, like the talking about trucks and beer and that sort of crap.
Yeah. I mean, my old girl from Nashville got back-ended by a horse. All that stuff. Yeah, not really for me either.
Was that a song or an experience?
But yes, we should. We should bow down.
Hold on a second. We've got a bona fide rock star coming on.
Bona fide prog star, I think is.
Sorry. Oh yeah, you're right. That's okay. We need to lower the
the threshold.
Just a little bit.
He also needs to lower his camera just a little bit so we can actually see the rest of him.
No, mate, he's too big. He's too big for us now. That's the way he rolls.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one, the only, Mr. Lee Prog God Abraham.
There he is. Look, I'm even surprised you're talking to us now. You're that big.
What? Why is that?
Because you had a gig last night and 150 people turned up.
Oh,
which is like this is unheard of in prog circles.
In prog, yeah.
So now Prog Magazine are going to be doing a big article. What how you got 150 people to a gig.
Yeah, the biggest and well-attended prog gig in all the land. Even bigger than Stephen Wilson. Stephen Wilson's finished now, basically.
Mate, absolutely.
His career.
How are you, mate? How was it? How was the gig?
Oh, it was really good. It was well. If you'd asked me after sound check, I've got one of these new Apple watches, that monitors your heart rate.
Yeah.
And I just pressed it just as we got off stage of sound check, and my heart rate was 134. I was like, damn. Oh my God, I'm going to keel over again in a minute. It's back to hospital for me.
Why is that? Was it stressful?
Yeah, we had a few tech issues on stage, mainly down to my gear. And I've been at home. It's a similar problem that I've spoken to you about before. I use this Focusrite interface to drive our in-ear monitors. And for some reason, one of the guys in the band never gets a feed. It's just silent. It doesn't matter what I do. I thought there was a problem with the interface. So I sent it off for repair, and they sent it back to me and said, there's nothing wrong with it. So, and it's one of those things where it works sometimes and other times it doesn't. And all through the rehearsals up to this gig, it's been absolutely fine in behaving itself. Then we get to the gig and he doesn't fucking want
it. Oh, mate, that's a nightmare, isn't it?
So basically, me and the bass player had to share a mix. He basically just tuned his belt pack into my transmitter, so we just had the same mix, which was not ideal because he kept moaning at me, "Oh, I can't hear the bass." But I got them to put the bass guitar through the wedge monitors as well. So yeah,
right.
he was all right, but he just, as I said to him, you just have to wait to your ears tune into it. That's all. You'll be all right.
Yeah. So who was playing? What was the lineup?
Yeah, the bass player's going. Dum, 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 dum.
Yeah.
What was the lineup?
So there's a guy that I use for doing some of the vocals on my albums called Mark Atkinson.
Right.
He's originally from Cumbria, so he had a long trip down, but he was really keen to come down. So he came down. He did a 30-minute acoustic slot. Then we had a duo join us, and they're cool. And this is a typical. You're gonna James, you'll laugh at this, and Paul, you will absolutely cringe at this name. Okay.
Go on.
They are called Hats Off Gentlemen, It's Adequate.
I think that's all right. It sounds like a.
They sound like two camera members who play an acoustic folk club on a Wednesday evening.
They go rambling every Sunday. Yeah.
That's so true.
But they played, their stuff was pretty off the wall, actually. It was almost like King Crimson-y, it was a little bit kind of, it's quite spiky, and, they sounded as though they were playing in different keys at times. Well, you thought that, it was a mistake, but it wasn't, they were just trying to be clever. But and they chatted far too much between songs. I can't, that thing in the David Brent movie where he just literally explains the meaning of every song, and he spends more time explaining the meaning of the song than the song lasts. They're a bit like that, I think. But
I've never seen that. Is it funny?
Yeah, it's really good. Life on the Road. Yeah, you got to watch that. It's great. And then it was us, and of course we had Mark Atkinson joining us, singing the songs that he's recorded for me, and the mighty brilliant Pete Jones came down.
Oh, he came down as well. Oh, nice.
He did, yeah, and he sang the songs that.
Did you have UK prog guitar solo sensation Mr. Paul Drew on stage with you?
Well, Mr. UK prog guitar sensation Mr. Paul Drew was invited to the gig, and his name was on the door. Yeah. And then at the very last minute, he told me something about he had to wash his hair.
Wait,
which one?
Polish. Well, maybe if you'd have told us like more than a week before the gig, we'd have done that. And unfortunately, it doesn't. Like I was surprised, mate. I was surprised as soon as the Hampshire knew that you were playing a gig. I'm surprised everyone in Hampshire didn't know about it. But
well, we can only shout about these things so much before people start complaining. But I just thought I'd mention what I used actually on the floor. Yeah. So I used my Sir guitar, of course, but what I used on the floor, because it's slightly different to what I've been using recently. So the main amp tones and various things were from my trusty GT1000 core,
nice.
which I'm still loving. Still sounds really, really great. But I used something different in front of this.
Come on, then.
So the only thing, and it really is the only thing that I really don't like about this. So I've got a couple of songs in the set that need to be in drop D.
Right.
So the whole guitar needs to be in D rather than E. It needs to be down two semitones. And the pitch shifter in here is pretty naff. It warbles around too much. Yeah. There is a hack where you can, instead of using the pitch shifter in this, you can use the pedal bend. Which, if you had so you can use it like if you had a pedal connected to this, it'd be like a whammy, and you just set it to a tone down. And turn the direct level off, all that kind of stuff. That's, for some reason, that sounds a little bit better.
Okay.
But the more you stick in the chain, obviously the more CPU power you're using. And of course I need an amp and I need a drive and whatever else.
Yeah.
It still makes it warble a little bit. And the only other alternative that I felt has sounded really good at doing that whole detune thing is the poly capo thing in the Line 6 stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I know I've owned it before, but I went out and bought one of these.
Jesus. Why didn't you just get an HX1?
HX1. Oh yes, yes.
That'll save you some money as well.
I've had one of those before. Well, the thing is that I kind of quite like some of the boosts and drives in here as well. So I thought, well, you know, the difference between one and the other is not, you know, yeah, it's a little bit of a wedge, but you know, these are quite sellable. You can easily sell these if you want to, because I've had a couple of these in the past and I've almost sold them for what I paid for them. You know, you just wait for everywhere to go out of stock, and then you'll sell it, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I had this in front of this, and I basically had this set up. So it basically had the 3 pedals. So there was poly capo on one pedal, then there was a boost on the middle pedal, and then there was an overdrive on that pedal, all in front of the GT 1000 core, and it really did sound great. Really did sound good. I mean, the PA in the 1865 venue is a fantastic PA anyway, but yeah, it really did sound great. You know, the guitar was monstrous at points. You know,
nice.
Yeah. So there we are. I don't know how long. Sorry.
Well done, mate. Awesome. Yeah. So who did my solo?
Unfortunately, it was me.
Unbelievable.
It was the only guitarist on stage, was me, of course.
It's all about me. It's all about me. Surely it should be all about Lee.
Yes, that's it.
I was gonna. Oh, it's not up here. Oh well. I was going to show you the poster because we nicked the posters on the way out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know how long I'll keep this. I don't think I'll keep it forever. Yeah, I'll wait and see. Yeah, because I've been chatting with you, Paul, about you know, now you've got the Axe effects. Is it any better than the Quad Cortex? Because I'm still kind of thinking, I've still got this thought in the back of my mind that maybe I ought to go and investigate this fractal world. You know.
Yeah, and I think an Axe in an FM3 would do you great.
Yeah. Because I think, I mean, I've done a little bit of reading up on it. I think it does all the things that I need in particular. Yep. So I definitely need a good, I mean, is there a good acoustic guitar simulator in there?
Oh, do you know what? It's not my.
There's no such thing as a good acoustic guitar simulator.
Okay, I'll rephrase the question. Is there an acoustic guitar simulator?
I really don't know. I doubt, to be honest, I doubt if it's. Have I got the program? No, I haven't got it loaded up. Have I?
Because the one in here is pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It might do. It might do. I don't really.
It's certainly passable for live.
Right. Oh, that's good. I'll have a look.
Get a Ernie Ball, Music Man, with a piezo in it. Yeah. Because the one, it was funny. I used to think this sounds great for jingly jangly parts, and then Mike, our guitar player, said, "Yeah, the problem is though, you forget very quickly that you've actually got 4 wound strings on an acoustic."
Yeah,
and that's where the difference in tone comes from. When you start doing lead lines and stuff, it doesn't have the same weight in the middle.
Oh, I don't know. It's
for live, I think you can get away with it. But I used to have a Parker Fly years ago, and that used to sound pretty good.
What, a good Parker Fly?
I wouldn't say it was a good Parker Fly. I mean, I didn't pay an awful lot for it.
Right, because the original Parker Flies were I mean,
lots of money.
Yeah, but amazing guitars.
Probably about 17 or 18 years ago, I had it. It was just a plain black one.
What, graphite one? All graphite?
No, it was wood.
Oh, okay. No, it was one of the cheap ones.
It was a cheaper one. I remember selling it and selling it on eBay. I met the guy in a car park, as he used to do on eBay when he sold things on eBay. And the poor chap, he got it home. I'd not played it for probably about 2 years, which is why I ended up selling it. The poor chap got it home, and the piezo, which is what he wanted it for, didn't work.
No.
So we came to an agreement on that. But yeah, so I just need and I need something that can do really decent drop, you know, take the whole guitar down to D.
Oh yeah, Fractal do all that,
and that's in the Fractal, isn't it?
Yeah.
So those are like the quirky things that I need on top of all the regular things. The only thing I'd say is that you can't try out a Fractal anywhere, can you? Obviously, apart from your house, Paul.
My house.
Apart from your house, you can't go into a shop and try one out.
Fractal don't do that. They never have.
Yeah.
No, they sell direct. So yeah, but come over. I mean, it's brilliant. They are brilliant.
I'm tempted to get an FM9.
FM9, yeah.
Guthrie Govern's using an FM9.
Yeah.
So as is Tim Pierce and many and various others, you know.
Yeah. It's really. I mean, so the FM9 is power wise below the Axifex 3, but you get the turbo version. I mean, it will do everything you need it to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily use really complex chains anyway, really.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter once you flick to a new preset. That's like a brand new chain, isn't it? So it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we'll have to get together.
Yes, definitely, mate. You're welcome over anytime, even just to try it out. If you don't want to shoot the video, just come and try it out.
Yeah. No. We'll Paul suggested we do a comparison video with Axifex and Quad Cortex. So yeah, that'd be a good thing to do. Yeah.
I think we should do that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll be in touch. Yeah, I'll come over.
All right, mate. Have a good one, mate.
Sweet.
See you soon, mate.
All right, buddy.
Take care. Bye. Alex. Alex says.
Oh no, didn't mean to do that. Alex, you need to come back because there was two of you and it got confusing.
And your camera wasn't connected.
Yes, there was. He then connected it, but there was two of him, so I couldn't add him because there was two of them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Let's carry on for now.
And then here we go. Anton, hi, hello, mate. Hope you're well. Gary, he was the original guitarist for Johnny Cash and the Tennessee 2. Nice. Gaza says Leo Fender made him a custom guitar. Nice. Mr. Bailey. He says the studio rats, hey babies, hello baby. Good to hear from you, mate. How was the snow? Alex, we can't see you, mate. You need to connect your camera. Valican from Belgium. Found your channel by watching some Katana videos. Welcome. Nice to have a someone from Belgium. Love Belgium. Food is amazing in Belgium. Learning
and anyone who puts chips and mayonnaise together is all right by me.
Absolutely. Don't know what's going on. Learning Theory says, hey guys, I downloaded your presets for the Boss Katana Gen 3 artist head, but they don't sound like yours. Any ideas why? Yeah, so it's some of it, you know, if you get like if James creates a preset and then I plug into it, I'm not going to sound like James and vice versa.
He's so grateful for that.
No, not at all. But yes, so I honestly don't know why they wouldn't sound remotely. It depends what you mean by they don't sound like yours. Well, all of the presets that are on the out there to download are the exact same presets as what get used in the video.
Yep. So it can only be down to guitar choice or fingers, and probably most of that is fingers.
Yours sound great, mine not so much. I'm sure it's maybe just a little bit tweaking for your guitar.
Maybe use the Master EQ. Might be the tweak.
And the gas 60 watt 8 ohm, got it. Appreciate the extra physical effort. No problem, mate. Anytime. Senator Wheelchair Pillow says you mentioned Stringjoy before as your string of choice. What exactly are the things that favor one brand type over another? Let me go and get them actually. Because
how many packs they send him?
So I was using Diodario NYXLs before, and they're great. They're great. But these are Stringjoy Orbiters. So these are their coated strings, and I cannot wear them out. It's like I've had them on guitars.
Are they the ones we got at the guitar show?
Yes, same type. The ones at the guitar show, I think, are slightly thicker. But these are 10-48, like a balance set.
Because they on my Les Paul sound amazing.
Yeah, no, they're brilliant, and they're slightly different to your normal sort of 10-46. But yeah, and literally they last forever. They don't feel like coated strings. They don't
seem to fade. They don't seem to die either. They don't seem to dull up.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. They don't.
Fade.
You know, and I don't need to change them. Yeah. I can't kill them. They still sound bright and snappy, and they're really good strings. Yeah, another flipping username. Hi, wondering if Paul still has his Brian Setzer Gretsch. Haven't seen it in the background for a while. No, I sold that. Oh man, maybe
a while ago.
Yeah, about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago.
Sad news about Brian Setzer, isn't it?
Yeah. That's in the news actually.
Right. Okay.
I think it was in the news. I think it's in the news. Yes.
Alex is banned, by the way.
Why?
Obscenities.
What happened? Did I miss it?
Yeah, it was in the private chat. I've deleted it.
I still want to see it. Anyway,
no, it's still there. It's still in the private chat.
Oh, okay. In the private chat. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to get to the private chat.
Bottom of the list.
Okay. Cheers, Alex.
Yeah. Bye, Alex.
What a bell end. DC, AC/DC, Black Ice Tour, Birmingham, NEC. Nice.
Oh, but that was I remember because where I used to live in London, if I got the train home to the tube home, it's the same line as you'd get, the same station as you get for the O2. And I remember getting on this train getting off the train at the O2 and walking up the North Greenwich steps, and the smell of sweat and just sweaty bodies was beyond epic. And I said to one guy, "Who's been on tonight?" And he went, "AC/DC." I went,
I love AC/DC.
I love the simplicity yet the complexity of AC/DC.
Oh, there's nothing simple about Angus Young's solo stuff.
No, but
amazing.
But you know, Phil Rudd,
sure,
just slays it down.
That's all it needs.
Yeah.
Mendel, all cracking lineup for Back to the Beginning. I didn't get ticks. I hope some of us will get to go and enjoy the day. What's Back to the Beginning?
No idea. What have we missed?
I don't know.
Where have we been?
Evan, Judas Priest, 1988, Ram It Down tour. Ram it down.
Ram it down.
Awesome. Graham, the Magpie Salute at the garage in Glasgow was my loudest gig. I was feet away from Mark Ford's amp and got blasted as he was competing with Rich Robinson's volume. Nice. Chris, balance connectors cancel noise by transmitting the audio signal with opposite polarities on two wires, which allows the receiving device to cancel out any noise picked up along the cable. So nothing to do with impedance then?
No.
Interesting. Okay.
Nope.
Cheers, Chris. Billy, no, vintage H30s from the 60s and early 70s. Don't know what we're talking about there.
Oh, lost that one.
Chris, a shielded cable helps with a single-ended input.
Okay, I'll nod and agree because we're in a dangerous place.
Ted Lasso was brilliant, but I'm a Yank, so there's that. Oh, awesome. Thanks for the Nashville recommendation, says Shahar. I'll give it a shot. I really enjoyed that show.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first two series, but it started to lose its way a little bit.
Maybe I only saw a couple of series of it.
I watched it to the bitter end, and it was the bitter end. The music was still brilliant.
Yeah.
What makes me laugh is in it, they've obviously only gone and spent so much money on staging and bands and stuff, because every gig they go to is on the same stage with the same band and the same lineup. It's really funny.
Anton, Paul, out of the load boxes you've tried, reviewed and owned, which is your favourite? Looking at Boss and Red 7. I would go for the Boss because I think it's got for the features and the sound of it. The Red 7's great. Yeah, the Red 7's great. But I think the Boss one's just got the little the upper hand due to the features. The effects inside the Boss really good, like the reverbs and the delays.
Could you carry on a moment, please?
What have you done?
Just spilt beer all over the floor.
Yeah. So I would go for the Boss. Both are good. Both are very good. Learning Theory says, "Hey, my Boss Katana Gen 3 Artist Head running through a 4x12 with a Carvin British Series 100-watt speaker. Any advice for getting good sounds playing with a budget guitar?" I mean,
that's the answer, isn't it?
Yeah, if you're not happy with the sound, it sounds like the weak point here is the guitar. So maybe just try another guitar with it. See if you can borrow one. But getting good sounds, yeah. Don't use the overdrive. I don't use the distortion channels inside the Katana.
You don't. You do everything with drive pedals, don't you?
Yeah, I do it with the drives, the internal drives, and I think they sound better. Yeah, especially using that new because you've got the Artist Head, using the bloom feature and stuff is great. Al, he said, "I was hoping to make a giggly. Apologies, I couldn't get there." Unbelievable. Shahar says, "I had a Mexican last night. Had a wet, dry, wet fart." Code Brown says, "Billy."
Code Brown, nice.
Stevie says, "Have you had any experience with Firefly guitars? I have a Les Paul style Firefly, and it's awesome. Guitar for about 200 quid. I don't know if Lee has."
What are you trying to say about Lee?
Yeah, Lee must have done. Well, Lee's now got the expensive guitar bug. He's finally seen the light. Right, Steve. Sorry, Sven. Sorry, Ricochet.
Great.
Pitch system. For Lee, yeah. Me too. Mine was 269 after shipping. Nice. Learning Theory says, "I have the new FFLP with a top and wood grain, belly cut and binding with a scoop neck access." Nice. Nice guitar. Some minor imperfections. Yeah, see, I think that's the difference of a budget guitar. Minor imperfections. You pretty much just go, "Oh, well, it's a cheap guitar." Steve says, "Yeah, for the money, it's pretty awesome."
Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
No.
Yeah.
Well done, Willie.
Right or not? But
good man.
We're going with.
Well done, Willie. Chris, right. Instead of Edible Music Man, get Fishman saddles. I mean, I wouldn't. I just. Fair. I think if it's an electric guitar, it's an electric guitar. Do you know what I mean? If it's not, don't try and make an electric guitar into a crap acoustic, or it's gonna change things. No, I wouldn't go anywhere near it. I mean, I'm not saying that Chris is wrong. I'm saying that have an acoustic. You can have one of those old sort of stand-up ones. Remember those old stands used to?
Yeah, that holds it in a playing position for you.
Yeah, like Bon Jovi.
They don't take up much space on stage, do they?
Yeah. Chris, got a Mua GE300. No updates. Mua terrible at abandoning the customers. Think I'll stick to amps and pedals. Fractal, way out of reach for most musicians, price-wise. That is. Well, yes, they are. But something like an FM3 is the same. Is the same price as, say, like a. Well, it's cheaper than a Line 6 Helix.
Yeah,
it's more like the Line 6 Helix, the LE.
Yeah.
And I know what I'd prefer. Oh, no comparison.
Not even close.
Honestly, no comparison, Tones.
No.
Aaron, hello, mate. He says most acoustic guitars don't sound like acoustics plugged in. That's true.
That is also true. Yes, very true.
Learning Theory, Steve. Yes, I have nice, low, comfortable setup. Variax does that well, Lee. It's just that they don't make the parts anymore. Wish they would make a new version. Yeah, I had a
Variax. James Tyler line 6, didn't they, as well?
Yeah. So James Tyler, line 6 partnered with James Tyler when Rich Rankin was at line 6, and they even did some American ones.
That was
so
great.
You buy the Japanese ones, and then occasionally, like a USA Variax will turn up. I think there's one on eBay at the moment, but in the UK. But yeah, once it goes wrong, it goes wrong. That's it. DMAC, any quick pros cons for choosing one of Boss IR2 GX10 Core 1000? Any info appreciated? No, it's just processing power. So and features. If you want the full thing, get the core, the GT 1000 core. I like the GX10 because it's got the touchscreen. I think the interface on the GX10 is really good. So and to be honest, I don't think there's anything the GX10 would do that make you go, oh god, I wish it had a bit more processing. I think it does everything.
Cool. I'm going to skip the next couple because I don't care.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Bizarre why you got shirty.
Yes.
Steve James is an awesome drummer, though not too shabby on the 6-string. There we go.
I'll take that. I will take that.
Billy, Center for Wheelchair Pillows, quite the visual. Greatest username ever. It is a good username.
Yeah. It definitely does set something off in the mind's eye, doesn't it?
And the nostrils. Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed, how are you, sir? He said, hi, guys. Was great bumping into you both at NAMM. Love the way James just left you hanging, Paul. You obviously carry him, as you've mentioned more than once. What was that? Where did I leave you hanging?
I've no idea.
Where did you leave me hanging?
Were we drunk?
What were we doing?
I mean, the answer is normally yes, but what did we do? Maybe. What did I do?
I can't remember. I can't remember that. Don't know what
we were hanging most nights. At the end of the night, that's for sure.
Quite a few beers. Yeah, quite a few beers.
I don't remember.
Anyway,
sorry,
yeah,
Neil.
good to see you as well, mate. Good to see you. Billy, what's your current favorite EL84 amp? I haven't got any EL84 amps at the moment. I haven't got any EL84 amps at the moment.
Sorry,
but my favorite
for us non-Valve people, what's an EL84 amp?
AC30.
Mine went this week.
Did it? What have you got? What amps have you got in at the moment? I'll tell you if you've got an EL84 amp.
Cornell TSR20.
EL84s.
Yeah. The Chandler, lots of different things.
I think that's the EL84.
Yeah, I think it is as well. The Modus, the Talon.
No,
that's not
34. That's 34s.
The Red Plate.
606s.
The Matchless.
606s.
The High Watt.
They will be 77s or 66s. No.
The Synergy at the minute.
Synergy. So probably the TSR20.
Yeah.
TSR20 would be the choice.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
Or still available from the studiorats.net.
Yeah.
If anyone's interested.
Al, like and subs, peeps. Cheers, Al. Yeah, I always forget. I always forget to do it. Give us a like and subscribe. Give us a like. It really, really helps. If you can then bring yourself to listening, to subscribing to us, even better. Thank you very much.
We don't bite hard.
Woody says Pete Thorne got amazing acoustic sounds by using an IR off an acoustic. Food for thought. Nice.
That might be, isn't it? Interesting way of doing it. Yeah.
David says first the Sir and now an FM3. What have you done with Lee? Yeah, Lee is. I moved down to I don't know how far Lee lives away from me, probably 25 miles, something like that. I move down and then he just changes. Chris, I wonder if most people who are looking for acoustic simulators are just after that going direct sound. I think what the Rockman is aimed at
is quite a different sound, an acoustic simulator versus a direct tone. But yeah, it could be. I mean, could be. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Matt McCracken, he says, "Hey gents, love Paul's reviews of AC style amps. Any chance we'd do a review of the new Bad Cat Era 30 from Mark Sampson? Looks like an updated matchless HC30. So the Era 30 was the best amp that I plugged in at NAMM. It was unbelievable. Best sounding amp. Well, one of the best sounding amp. I'd really like to get it in the studio. I spoke to some of the guys at Bad Cat, and apparently, you know, they're going to get one over. But it was honestly, it was amazing, that amp.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
nice.
Really impressive. Ali, I'm not going to try and pronounce the surname. Greetings from Turkey. He said, Paul, if you need to choose between 2 digital amp and cab sim pedal sims, what would you choose? Tone X or Nano Cortex? So if I had the choice, probably Tone X.
I would choose Tone X every time.
James has got a Nano Cortex and he's not very impressed with it.
No, it's
well, you could buy 2 Tone X. Sort of for the same price as a Nano Cortex, couldn't you?
There are so many things about the Nano Cortex that make it really user friendly.
Interesting.
There are so we keep going on about this. We'll bang on about it until we do it. The video comparing the Nano and the Quad Cortex from a capture point of view. I bought the Nano to do captures, and it doesn't sound as good as the Quad Cortex.
Interesting.
But that one we'll save for a video.
Graham, excuse me. Nux are really good with updates. They've continued to improve the MG30 with features like having different amps cabs for each scene within one preset. Handy live. Nice. DMAC, solid. Thanks. Anytime, mate. Cleaned up the beer. Yes. I don't think, well, as we've said many times. Oh, cleaned up the beer. Oh, I thought you were talking about NAMM. Yes.
No, Blue Roll.
Blue Roll, yeah. Learning Theory, thank you for answering my questions. By the way, I have an old Art X15 Ultra.
Oh, awesome.
Great. Pedal board, and I was able to assign the wire and stomp buttons to pedals in the Boss Katana Artist Gen 3. Oh, nice one. Yeah, I'm really surprised those X15s, you know, the little round pads, the little buttons. I'm surprised that still works. That's got to be 20, 30 years old. No, more than 20 years old.
Yeah, Steve, my old guitarist, had one of those.
I reckon that's 30 years old now.
Probably, yeah.
If not,
right.
Yeah,
wow.
If not older.
Amazing.
Oh, Chris, thanks, mate. Thank you very much. He says, thanks for all your time. I have to stop goofing off now and jump into a meeting. Well, cheers, Chris.
Boo to meetings.
Yeah, mate. You need to tell your boss that it's, you know,
the rats are on, yeah. Boom.
Yeah, Steve. Stevie says, Engel Steve Morse, 20 watts, EL84s. Nice.
Nice. Lovely amp.
Yeah. Yeah, the new one's supposed to be really impressive. Willie says, when quad tracking guitars, are they panned full left, right, or 2 left and right and the others 2 elsewheres?
The answer really is, in my opinion, there is no right and wrong answer. However, probably 9 times out of 10, you will pan them hard left and hard right for both of them. There's a video coming about double and triple and quadruple tracking in immersive, just because I can. And I did it the other day and went, oh, this changes things. You know, when people say it's really funny that the pop world is embracing immersive, the acoustic world is embracing immersive, but the heavy rock world is really not. I now know why.
Why?
because double, triple tracking doesn't work when you start spreading it around an immersive field. It just sounds like lots of guitarists playing out of time.
Oh, okay.
It's really bizarre. But yeah, there's a video coming. Willie, if you didn't, check out my video on that came out yesterday on double tracking. I think it might answer some of your questions.
Scott, the British-made Celestion G12 T75 from 1990 era are the best ever. Awesome.
There you go.
Thanks, guys. From Ali. Anytime, mate. Anytime. Jeff, a few years back, Guitarist Mag did a single pickup review. Nev got a passable acoustic sound with a Les Paul Jr. into a dirty amp using the volume and tone controls. He said that wouldn't offend in a mix. Awesome. Wow. Nice. Jeff, I guess those Dumbles that you played through were special, but are you saying that you'd take the Era 30 ahead of any of those? I definitely would. I would. Wow. The Era 30 was amazing.
Wow.
Steve, listen to the City Boy, The Day the Earth Caught Fire. The other day, amazing production. Mutt Lang drums are so powerful. Have you heard them by chance? I haven't heard of that.
Anything Mutt Lang touches, he just generally does an amazing thing on.
Great.
That's it for now.
Okay.
We should do the news, but there's two things I want to talk about first.
Okay.
Right. I have been on the record as giving many and various software and hardware brands a hard time when it comes to their support offering. I've also been on the record as saying when we get good support moments, we should praise it and we should shout about it and wave the flag for them. I'm going to do something now that I never ever thought I would do. I'm going to say Avid support are brilliant.
Right.
As in Pro Tools support were brilliant. Now,
right,
you could say they should be brilliant because you pay X pounds per year for your support contract and your license and your upgrades and keeping up to date and all that sort of stuff. However, in probably the 5 years since I've had to pay for a license yearly, I've never used the support. I phoned them at 9 p.m. on a Friday evening, got through to someone who had already spoken to the person I spoke to that morning because I had to go out and do stuff, so I had to leave them in control of the computer, which is brave. Anyway, cut a long story short, they took control of my computer. They went in at a terminal level on my Mac, changed some stuff, and fixed the problem.
Nice.
Didn't just go, that's not a Pro Tools problem, we're not fixing it. Actually got involved, deep dive, fixed the problem within an hour. That, awesome. To me, is worth the price of admission. Second thing I want to talk about is some post arrived this week. And it's funny that everyone's been comparing my songwriting skills to that of a bloke from New York who used to have hair and now doesn't. Look what arrived!
There we go. He's got a silver Tonex.
I've got a silver Tonex 1, which is the now they've all gone. The limited edition Joe Satriani silver Tonex 1.
You can do a video on it.
Certainly am.
Good. Awesome.
I do need to learn how to play Surfing with the Alien and about 15 other Satriani tracks. No, it's cool. It's loaded with his Tonex pack, that I can't remember the name of, but it's very, very cool.
Nice. Really nice.
Only problem is every time I touch it, I then need to get a tissue on it or a rag on it, because every time I touch it and try and make a video, you know, the FBI are going to have my prints.
Yeah.
If they want them. There you go. Right. Do you want to do? Should we do the news?
Yeah. Hold on. Right. There we go. Brian May's got a new signature, which is a Gibson 12-string. Looks nice, actually.
Which is interesting because I always thought he was an Ovation user.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's, you know,
looks nice though. It's
what
not.
I wouldn't have thought Joe Satriani was a Tonex user. I think you know what I'm saying by this.
Yes, I do. Nice.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. It's nice. Have they got a bigger picture? Yeah, there it is.
Ooh.
You know, if you like 12 strings and stuff.
Is it $1 million?
Probably. I like the fact that it's obviously because wasn't he what was his degree in? Was it astronomy or something?
Astrophysics.
Astrophysics. Okay.
I think. Yeah.
I don't know how much it is. Let's have a look. Yeah, $8,000.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money. A lot of money. Nice though. Nice.
Very nice.
Right. So Brian Setzer, unfortunately, can't play guitar anymore. So he said that he's got some neurological. Oh no, it's not. It's an autoimmune disease, and he can't play guitar. It said that he noticed his hands were cramping up, and then he discovered that he's got this autoimmune disease and he can't play, which is very sad. He said it's like wearing gloves.
Yeah, very, very sad.
But there's no pain. Oh, what a shame! God, just shows you, doesn't it? We all taken away in seconds.
Yeah.
Bless him. JHS, they've got 3 new 3 Series guitars. Sorry, pedals. Guitars, pedals. They've got a tape delay.
Nice.
They've got a rotary chorus, which is
very
cool.
Nice.
And
yeah.
Oil can delay as well, which is interesting. So all $99. And yeah, their other sort of 3 Series stuff's been really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's one of those sort of no-brainer. You've got 100 quid, and you go down the shop.
And it's JHS. They're going to sound great.
Yeah, they're going to sound great.
They're going to sound totally usable. And if you're putting together a gigging board where it's going to end up in the Dog and Duck at 3 a.m. or whatever, covered in beer.
Yeah.
That's the level of pedals I want to put on that board, not my vintage Klon and
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you 100%. Right, the next thing. Now I'm a little bit torn with this.
Hello.
So this is the Marty Friedman Signature Sounds amp pedal.
Yes.
I mean, I think I love the idea of it. I think it looks rubbish. Let's get a full-on picture with. I mean, that Marty written. That is honestly with Marty written on the front like that. It's not subtle, is it?
No, it's not really, is it?
There's nothing subtle about that. Look, not only has he got Marty written there, he's also got Marty Friedman there, and his little symbol up there. I don't know. I think I think the idea of it's good. It'll probably, it's going to sound great because it's sounds amp. And they do. The only thing is, it's not IRs. It uses their
proprietary platform. Yeah,
their speaker. I don't know if it's modeling or if it's analog. I don't know what it is, and the article doesn't really say what it is as well. But
I think the actual hardware looks cool. I'm not sure about some of the graphics on it.
It's a bit.
I think the brushed kind of aluminium finish looks really cool.
Well, it gives it it gives it like more of a 90s sort of design about it.
I quite like it, but that could be just be me because
I hate that the Marty thing written on the front. I think that is
just in case you didn't see the slightly subtle black legending.
Yeah, it's not.
But I mean, I didn't even realize that Tech 21 was still going.
Yeah, no, they've been making stuff. No, they do lots of signature Sounds amp style.
But the PSA 1 has been, been and gone. 1,000 years ago.
Thankfully, yes. God, I heard a solo the other day on a track, and it was so obviously a PSA 1. There's sound. It had a sound about it that's
Yeah.
But anyway, but it was, you know, it was technology for its time.
I used to use a PSA 1 on stage.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you on stage? Wow.
Yeah, we had no. There was no such thing as.
Oh, I did a theatre tour with
simulators
the PSA 1. I did a theatre tour with the PSA 1.
There was no amp and cab simulation. It was just straight out of the XLR, straight into the desk.
Yeah. Okay, next.
Them's was the days, as they say.
They was the days.
Boom.
Gaza. Is there any way to improve the sound on a split coil guitar when you split the coil, as I'm not happy with my sound? Yeah, okay. So this goes against everything that I like about humbuckers. Sorry, high output humbuckers. So the higher the output humbucker tends to have the better split coil sound. Okay. Now, so something like a JB, something, and that's not even like really high output, but it's a high output. Yeah. So the higher the output, it tends to be, when you split it, it coils. So you can either, one thing, if you particularly like the split coil sound, you can just change the pickup to a more high output humbucker. Now it depends. You might then go, well, I don't like that higher output humbucker sound when it's not split. So the other option is to get a well, there's two other options. You get another humbucker that does coil tapping, because coil tapping sounds better to me than split coils, because what that's doing is it's taking some of the winds from the other coil as well and introducing that into the circuit as well. So you get more of it's a bigger sound. The reason why split coil sounds so crap to me is because they're so low output. Now, the other option is to get a boost pedal. So when you change that split sound, you kick on the boost pedal, which will then boost the sound. Now, think of something like if you watch any sort of James Tyler videos, that split sound with the preamp that's kicked in sounds great. So I think your cheapest option is to go and buy a boost pedal, especially a boost pedal with like a little EQ on it or something.
Or an EQ pedal.
Yeah, EQ pedal. Yeah. Boss G7. That would work a treat, I think. Yeah, good shout.
And it's got a level boost on it, clean boost on it.
Yeah, but something that adds mids.
Yeah.
Jeff said, just learn Viva La Vida, James. It's a Satriani track, isn't it?
Don't think so.
Very good. Very good. Did he sue over that? I think he sued, didn't he? I think he won. Steve Wild. Holy crap. Willie. Bless you. Gary West got EQ pedal. Oh, there we go. That's a faff every time you split the coil. You need to turn on the EQ. What's wrong with the split sound? I never like split sounds.
The only split sound I've ever got to sound really good is the split sound on my Eggle, because the Kent Armstrongs in there are quite high output.
Yeah.
To the point where in humbucker, if you want it to be clean, it won't. You need to wind the volume back because they've got so much output, they'll distort the input to the amp.
Yeah. So that Nick Hoover guitar I had, the Krautster, the Nick Hoover Krautster, that I had, had the humbucker tone was horrible. It's way too high output, but the split sound was brilliant.
Yeah,
it was a really great split sound. PRS have got it right, and so have Sir as well. I think Sir do the same, where they tap it as opposed to split.
Yeah.
David Marty, it's hideous. It is hideous. You're right. Willie, what's the only country you can spell using the top row of a QWERTY keyboard? It's good. TUR. No, I was going to say Turkey, but it's not. I don't know. And it wouldn't be good radio, us
sat there for about the next 10 minutes going,
That Mighty Friedman pedal looks like the same casing as the Boss STE3. It does, doesn't it? A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Neil, great show, gents. Always learn a lot from watching. Cheers, mate. Good to hear from you. Neil said, Satch Coldplay case was dismissed with no party revealing if financial transaction had occurred, according to Rolling Stone.
There you go.
Interesting. I mean, it's very sort of, it's weird, isn't it? How Joe Satriani would, you know, as if Coldplay would listen to a Satriani. It just doesn't really make sense, does it?
Don't get it.
Willie, split coils are like plugged in acoustics, never going to be perfect, but does the job at a gig, not necessarily in the studio. Also, the answer is Peru. Thanks, mate. Nice one. Rummy says, opinions, tracking rhythm guitar in stereo versus doing a single tracks left and right. It doesn't work. Single tracks left and right do not work. There is nothing. That is just like adding extra volume. It's the inconsistency in the tracking that makes it stereo.
Definitely. Yeah.
If you have one track, if you have a guitar track, okay, what you could do, I guess, is to copy it over to another track, pan one left, pan one right, one left, and then sort of nudge it slightly so it's slightly.
No.
That's phasing. That's more
phasing and chorusing, and yeah, that's not the same.
Well, yeah. So the whole point of double tracking is the inconsistencies in the playing. Even if it's like a really solid player,
really tight player,
you're going to get the inconsistencies, and the inconsistencies in tone as well. And that's what creates
it. Yeah,
that's what creates it. Yeah, anything else is nothing like it really. Not Europe, and some Americans would probably assume. What's that? Peru?
No, EUROPE.
Oh, I see. EU. Oh, interesting.
I've sung for Europe a few times. Normally the morning after the night before.
I know this is going to be one of your terrible dad jokes.
It's not terrible. It's the sound you make when your head is down the porcelain and you've had the morning after the night before.
What? Europe! Yeah, it is a bit like that, isn't it? Yeah. Wadey 9060 Custom Shop said, hey guys, I hope you're well. I'm really looking forward to this new release from Synergy. That's the 20IR. Is looking nice. Can't wait for your demo video, rock on. Yes, coming 27th, I think the release is. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah, I think that this is the format that they've nailed it, where like the Synergy stuff before, as great as it is, I think this is what the Synergy was designed for. I think.
Yes.
Synergy systems. David Portuguese. Where are EBO alternatives? TC Electronic make one, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. I've just got an
I've got an EBO.
Yeah, I've got an EBO. EBOs are great for, you know, in the studio, just for coming up with those little things that, you know, little
you can't do on a guitar.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I love an EBO. Paul, what's your go-to guitar when you just noodle about? It's a good question.
You know when it says, you know, those videos that say Chuck Norris decided not to work 2 days of the week. Those days are now called the weekend. Chuck Norris doesn't all those sort of like those jokes, right? Paul Drew doesn't noodle on guitars. He writes epic solos.
No, I noodle. I definitely noodle. I wish. What's the noodle guitar? I mean, whatever's closest, to be honest. I'm picking up the Valiant, the Mercury a lot. Which, there's some news on. I'm not sure I can talk about the news, the Valiant news. But I use this a lot because it plays so well and it's light and it's resonant and it's It just sounds great. That's really good. But what did I pick up today? I was playing this today. I was playing my 335. And that's it. Yeah, playing this in the 335 today.
I hate to say, I don't hate to say because it's a bluing guitar. That Schecter is my go-to now. It's my number one.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That is why I sold it to you. Willie, I like chicken and mushroom, Stevie, but anything apart from beef and I like chicken and mushroom, Stevie, but anything apart from beef and tomato. What are we talking
What's
about?
your go-to noodle?
Ah, very good. Very good. Cheers, Willie. Graham says, Billy Connolly used to say about shouting for Huey down the big white telephone at the morning after. Matt says, so glad to hear you like the Era 30. Makes me feel better about the kidney I sold to order one. Oh, mate, fantastic. Honestly, it's so good. Such a great thing. Son of Wheelchair Pillow says, James, did you ever release that video of the acoustic 12-string with no neck dive? I couldn't find it. It's
on TSR Jivey Talks Tech. It's not on the main channel. And there's a really good reason it's on TSR Jivey Talks Tech. It's because it died. It is a really good 12-string. I'm so close to getting in touch with those guys and getting one because, my God, that thing sounded good.
Oh, we're talking about the Breedlove thing.
The Breedlove, yes.
Oh, how many views did it not get good views?
A couple of hundred.
That's not great, is it?
Not really.
Okay.
But, you know, it was never going to be a big hitter, was it?
No.
Anyway.
Jeff, ChatGPT reckons you can spell Peru and Qatar.
I was thinking Qatar.
You can't put A's on the second one. If the future of AI, if the future is AI, we're all in trouble. That's true.
Yes.
Hod 8. Hello, gents, got in late. That's a nice Les Paul, mate.
That looks very nice, yes.
Chris, did you see the PRS Charcoal Phoenix? It's funny, he played it at NAMM and apparently no one noticed. I did. Shall I dig it out of the news?
Mm.
The only reason I didn't include it in the news is for the reason you'll see. Okay, let me present, share screen. Right, is this because it looks like? I mean, to me, it just looks like a Paul's guitar. The thing about, yeah, it just doesn't look like anything different. $8,000 though. Yeah, it just looks like another PRS to me.
The problem I've got with it is exactly that. It just looks like another PRS.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that no one would have noticed because it just looks like the Paul's guitar. I mean, it's got his pickups that he uses on the Paul's guitar, and that's it.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of.
I'm sure it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's a bit of a dull release. I think that's a you know, to spend that amount of money on promotions and videos and all that sort of stuff for a guitar that's basically a color change is a waste of time to me. Jeff, got my TAE core, the Tube Amp Expander core this week. Very happy with it, especially the effects loop. I was surprised though that my PRS Hendrix 20 occasionally peaks at the 50-watt setting. So change it to the 100-watt setting. I mean, okay, yeah, some amps are, you know, you might think that some amps like a 20-watt amp, I mean, the 50-watt setting should be all right. But if it peaks, go to the 100-watt setting.
Mm.
I think that's all right. I checked with Boss before that, but
it's not about volume either. It's about headroom.
It's a really good comment coming up. Go on. Hode, I got to spar with Chuck Norris in the mid-80s. Nice. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Did he beat the crap out of you? That's what I want to know.
No, sparring is not about beating the crap. It's about sparring.
Yeah, but Chuck Norris is going to give you a good slap, isn't he?
Mm.
And this is great. So Philip from 40 Watt Podcast says, my favourite part of the live stream is when Paul misses the pun and James has to explain it. It's like every single week this happens. Every single week.
Oh,
I don't know why. Yeah.
Oh, bless.
Tim, he says, hello, James. Good job on the THU vid.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Tim. James appreciates my terrible jokes. Yeah, no, it's just James's jokes. Yours are fine, mate.
How very dare you.
Shahar says they've re-released the Katana Go finally. Yeah. So Boss have re-released the fantastic little unit, the little Katana Go headphone amp. Apparently, it's doing really well. I spoke to Matt from Boss yesterday, and it's doing really, really well.
Good.
Funny, I've done a track for the Katana Go. When the original Katana Go came out, I had to do a track for Boss.
Yeah.
And it never got released because it basically uses the facilities inside the Katana Go, so you can slow it down and do things with YouTube and stuff. I can't remember what it was, but there is a track that I've got with like a video with a solo and stuff.
Does it make you sound like Joe Satriani? Because apparently that's all I can play like.
I don't rip off Joe Satriani like some people. Steve, do you think the Ampex will be the game changer compared to the high-end floor modelers? I think. I mean, I'm really. It is really impressive. It sounds really, really good.
Here's the honest question: is, do you ever think it'll be released?
Yeah.
This year?
Thomas said to me this year, so I'm holding him to it.
So when we see the prototype or the final prototype at NAMM 26,
you got to respect him, though. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting it right. There really isn't.
Yeah,
but we're a long way into waiting for this one.
Atari says the PRS Silver Sky is probably the best strat ever made. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's really good. 5150 EJH has agreed PRS running on empty with that release. Yeah, it's a bit of a funny release, isn't it? To spend money on, basically a color change.
Yeah.
I love PRS, but it's pretty hard to defend Paul himself. Yeah, well, loads of bit. I mean, he's quite a diversive character, isn't he? I'll give you that. Wadey 1960. Any chance you could do a video to explain how to run the cable routing from a Synergy Syn 1 into an Axifex 3? I haven't got a Syn 1, I'm afraid, mate. But it's basically for cable method. You're running the Syn 1 into the effects loop.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
I can't remember. There is a video. There's loads of videos on the net explaining exactly how to do it, but it's basically like a 4 cable method type thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 3. I have to work it out. Yes, David, Paul Reed Smith is such a tool. Well, he's diversive. He's, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alice says, "What podcast? Very good."
Yes.
Any thoughts on Behringer mics? Should we move on swiftly?
Yes.
Cheers, Tim. Sorry, mate. Yeah, probably best to bypass that. Willie says, Anderton's put out a Lee Anderton rig rundown the other day. Talk about scraping the barrel. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen.
Yeah, it's a bit sort of. We've got nothing to do this week. Lee, you've got a pedal board.
Well, yeah, possibly, but then it's content, and
content is king.
And people find, like what Lee's favorite amp is interesting. The
jokes are, of course, it's a bit like Mitch Gallagher, Sweetwater. Those guys could have anything.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
What would they have? And that's a valid point, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
I remember. This is going to sound like I'm bashing, and I don't care. It's so long ago. Once upon a time, there was a dear man called Paul White, who was the editor-in-chief of Sound on Sound magazine. And arguably, there was a time when Sound on Sound ruled the pro audio world, didn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
Paul could have got studio time at any studio on the planet for his band, his pub band or whatever, to do their demo or whatever. Could have borrowed any level of gear, anything.
Yeah.
And I remember, thinking, you read the first page of SOS and you just go, oh, you hang on to his every word. I heard the recordings of his rock band, his pub band.
I think I might have heard those recordings too.
And you just think, just because you have a position of internet power doesn't mean you're any bloody good, unfortunately. Now, Paul White.
Right. How did he get
but the difference is, of course, that Lee can play.
Yeah.
And he's a good player.
Yeah.
So, yes, I think there is relevance to a gig rundown of his, because he could have anything.
Yeah.
If he wanted to have 3 dumbles, wet, dry, wet in dumbles behind him, he could do it.
Yeah.
But the gear he uses is relevant.
I think it's very relevant, and I really think the Andertons viewers would be really interested in knowing what he uses as well.
Yeah, totally. Does he gig? Does he have time to play in bands and stuff? I don't know.
I doubt if he has got time. He's a very busy guy
and has family and all that sort of stuff. But
yeah. Jeff, do you know if there's an Era 30 combo in the pipeline? It looks like it's just ahead at the moment. I haven't heard of the combo. I don't think. I mean, for me personally, I don't think I would want the combo. I would want that. I'd want the head and cab. Yeah, it's honestly, it's really good. It's really good amp. Really impressive. Rummy says, following Paul's excellent video, I picked up the Boss tube expander.
Cool.
Oh my god, no, this is messing my head. Tube amp expander. He's missed out, and that just messed my head. Tube expander core. It's an excellent piece of kit. The feel of the reactive load is amazing, as well as the included effects. Thanks, Paul. Anytime, Rummy. I'm glad you like it. It's brilliant. Jeff, I'm worried for the Ampex. There is a chance it might not live up to the expectations it's been built up. Honestly, it sounds amazing. I promise you, it sounds amazing. Okay, then. Yeah, probably best to avoid the mics, Tim.
Yeah, sorry, I can't say anything positive about that particular brand for 2 reasons. One, the reason I can't say, and 2, I've been bitten before by equipment from that company where you buy it and you think this is great, and then 6 weeks down the line it's in pieces and you're swearing at it.
Stag, that's all I can say.
Stag. There we go. Right.
Lovely, says Steve. Yeah, Lee's awesome. Willie, okay, fellas, bedtime for me. Until next time. Cheers, Willie. Jean Lewicki says, greetings from Ipswich, Suffolk.
A fellow tractor boy. I suspect not with that name, but
Hollywood, good evening all. I'm super late enjoying you are, mate. We're just about to be stopping soon, but welcome. Neil says, having a look at some of the upcoming modeling tech, are we heading towards a high-end digital modelers just being too complex and confusing? I'm heading back to amps after spending dosh on modelers. I think it's I go from like loving amps to loving modelers to loving amps to loving modelers, and just going back and forwards. I think the best way of doing it is to get a really good amp and a really good modeler and be happy.
And some pedals.
Yeah, but I think Neil's right, where where maybe as opposed to having everything built into the modeler, maybe a simple modeler that does one thing really, really well.
Yeah.
So you know, imagine if Fractal released like the amp side of things in a pedal or whatever, and then they release the effects side of things, which they have. So you can then have, well, I just need the amp modeling of the Fractal, and I just need the effects of the Fractal. Maybe that's what they think.
Maybe.
Willie says, had to quickly comment, Lee Anton doesn't gig. It was his office practice setup. Nice.
Okay.
Rummy, great, aren't they? 57, 609, or E906 on guitar.
Is the 906 the flat one that looks like the old?
Yes. The 609 or the 906s. I think they both are.
I thought the 609 was the one that looks like a tom mic.
Oh, maybe.
57 and a 600 and a 906 for me.
Oh, see, I would. Let me have a look. I don't know if I've got it handy. Have a look.
He's entering the cupboard of doom, folks. He may never be seen again.
I don't think it's handy. Must be. Hold on. Just give me 2 seconds. There it is. No, it's not. The what's the Bayer?
The what?
The Bayer. No, the Sennheiser. What's the Sennheiser? The
MD504.
No.
The little one, the baby one.
No. What's the classic Sennheiser guitar mic?
Do you mean the one that I've just bought the baby one out of?
Yeah.
The 504.
It's not called a 504.
It's an MD504.
No, it's not. I've got one.
No, sorry, 504 is the little one I'm thinking of. Sorry.
Yeah.
It is.
Where is that? Don't you hate it? You got stuff. You just don't know where it is.
It's a 421.
421. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Go and get a Sennheiser 421. They do a mini one now.
Or the 421 compact is the new one.
Yeah. Either. Personally, I like the big one. I do think they sound different.
I do as well.
I've got both, but yeah, go and get the bigger one. But it is quite a big. It's quite a big microphone. It's bigger than a 57.
Whatever you do, don't think just because an MD421 looks like it's side addressed, it isn't. They're end fire.
Yeah.
Don't think just because they've got some paneling and stuff. No.
Yeah, get that. The other one is really good. I'm not even sure they make it anymore, which is the Sontronics. James, what's the guitar ribbon mic?
The Delta.
The Delta, yeah.
Delta 2 is the latest one, and it sounds great.
Oh, really good. I
believe Delta 2 is what the TPS guys use.
No, they don't anymore. They used to.
They're not anymore. They used to.
Yeah, they used to. Yeah.
They've fallen out of love with Sontronics.
Yeah.
Great sounding mic though.
Yeah, really good sounding mic. Buy cheap, buy twice. So true. So true, Jeff. Give the boys a big thumbs up before you leave. Thanks, mate. Yes, give us a thumbs up. It really does help.
We're harmless, really.
Al says, yeah, defo, stay away from Behringer mics, but they make a great doorstop. There we go. Yeah. Cheers, Al. Hollywood, Stag guitar stand is okay if you're a beginner bedroom. Well, it depends if you want your guitar to fall off the stand because it breaks. That's probably bad, but honestly, how much Stag stuff have you ever gigged with?
Stag microphone stands are just the worst.
You cannot rely on it, can you? You just know that if you turn up to a gig and go, oh, I've forgotten something. I've forgotten my microphone stand. You go to it.
And someone goes, I've got one in the car.
There's
a reason Koenig and Mayer or K&M are the industry standard microphone stands.
Yeah.
I will say, I've got some of these gravity stands.
Yeah.
And they're brilliant. But that's only because they are even heavier than the K&M ones.
Yeah, gravity stuff's good.
Flat.
I don't know what flat is. Oh, flat, I see. Yeah, talking about the microphones. Yes. Matt, do you have a chance to try the new Tone King Synergy module now? No, I haven't tried that. I imagine I'll be reviewing it at some point. It's not out yet, but I imagine I'll be reviewing it at some point. Stevie, my two favorite guitar plugins are the THU and Polychrome. THU is also awesome for bass. Nice.
THU is awesome. I mean, I remember several years ago now, I did a review for Production Expert of the top 10 best guitar amp sims, and THU was in that list. And the new version is brilliant. It really is good, and it's quick. That's the thing that's good.
Good. Rami, the 906 is more expensive and more flexible since it has multiple EQ curves. Nice.
There you go.
Yes. 609 and 906 says out a similar shape. James, I use them all the time. 604s are for toms.
Yes.
The Mini MD41 is also what you think. Yes.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah, thank you. S Gear was one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, I haven't tried the McCrocklin one, but yeah, it's good stuff. Jeff, I had one Stag single-use mic stand.
I think that's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end. It's been an absolute pleasure. However, at this point, we need to do this. Stupid comment of the week. And Mr. Drew is going to drive this one because he's found it.
Find it again. I've got to find it. Hold on.
Dear.
There it is. No, it's all good. It's all good. I've got it. Share screen. There we go. Hold on. Fender Ben said there's a video for Boss Katana volume versus master. What is best? And he said, sorry, I can't understand your accent. Ben, it's called British. It's English. It's a small country that, you know,
once upon a time ruled a fairly large chunk of the world.
It's probably the most spoken language in the world.
And there's a fair chance that you speak it or not. However, comment of the week.
I mean, like, I don't speak like I haven't, you know, I've got a Southern English accent. It's hardly
you speak the Queen's English. You don't have a strong regional accent.
No.
If you were a Geordie or a Scouser, no offense to any of those places, but I think even they would admit they tend to have a fairly strong accent.
Yeah.
You know, so live with it. There are plenty of other YouTube channels available.
Ben.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure as always. We will see you next week for more of the same old guff, quite frankly, because we never know what's going to happen week to week. Apparently, you need a North American accent that has the same problem. Who knows? So we'll see you next week, guys. Take care, everyone. Have a great week. Safe weekend. Enjoy some gigging. Get out there and see some bands if that's your thing. And we'll see you next week. Take care. Good night.
Cheers, guys.